Hey everybody, welcome back to Gun Totem, Minnesota. My name is Andrew. Normally I'd be filming outside because the lighting can be a lot better outside, but it is so cold out. That's the truth. It's just super cold, and at my range I have access to an indoor little cabin here with a wood stove in the back, and I don't know why I would spend more time out there when I can be kind of outside and inside at the same time. I can shoot from here, which is really convenient. And what you see here, this little abomination pistol you're looking at, is a Ruger Charger chambered in 22 LR. Now I've shot this quite a bit. I haven't shown it on the channel yet because I was actually planning to just do a complete series of old Charger and the new Charger. I do have some components being sent out to the channel for the Charger, and they're a little delayed because of the holiday season. But I just kind of took what I had sitting around now, put it on there to mess around with it, and this has been a really sweet little gun. Yes, it's going to have a different barrel, a chassis, a number of other things, probably something a little unique on the end here. I'll talk more about that in a later video, something really cool there, but it will still have a Discovery Optics 1:8 EDAR on top. Or is it ARED? I forget what the designation is, but this Discovery optic has been a really unique little optic in the world of, I guess, 1:8. There's so few. I can think of the March optics. They have a few LPVOs or MPVOs that have side parallax and illumination, lift to operate turrets or something like that, actual usable, functional, exposed turrets. I know March has got that locked down, but those are in the $2,500 price range, and they're going to be out of the budget for a lot of people. And so if you have a budget plinker, kind of like what I'm looking at right here, this optic might be really interesting to you, again, because it has that side parallax, exposed turrets, and illumination. And actually the footprint isn't terrible overall. I'm going to say a couple things about the optic, and I'm not talking down about the optic, I'm just telling the truth of my opinion about the optic. I tend not to use the higher end of the power. I probably stop around 5 or 6 most of the time. That's because of the way that it's set up a lot of times. If I have I don't have a stock right now, so I'm just kind of holding it, and it's more comfortable. The eye box is more comfortable and more forgiving around 6 power than it is at 8 power. I think the image darkens a little bit at 8 power, and at 1 power, it's functional. It does what it's supposed to do. If you listen to Discovery Optics and listen to what they're actually saying about the design and what their thinking was, they put a lot of great thought into the reticle. They studied a lot of other optics, and they thought about what can they get away with, what can they do at a lower price point that's actually accessible to more people. This is what they came up with, and I think they did a really great job, especially for a first run at something that isn't done by many people, almost none at all, really, and nobody in the price point is hitting it out like they are. This is superior to pretty much everything else that I've seen try to do a 1:8 or even a 1:10 with a side parallax. I don't think many have done quite as well. A few of the things that I personally like about it is when it comes to tracking, the tracking is close enough, it's reliable enough, it's not perfect, but actually it's pretty good. I think the ED series, like the PRS Gen 2 that I run, I think the tracking is going to be superior in that, and it also has a locking, or a zero stop, rather. This 1:8 doesn't have a zero stop. The idea is that usually with LPVOs, you might not be dialing quite as far as you are with like a PRS style scope, where that zero stop is very, very important. I like to have zero stops in all my optics that I can. If it has exposed turrets, I like it, but I've definitely been able to make do with this because it has a very good reticle. And then also when I do dial, it's not too much, it's just a little bit. And then I remember to bring it back to 0. I'm just really good at remembering that. I grew up shooting SWFAs for the most part in shooting sports, so I just remembered to bring it back to 0. No zero stops on those either. The turrets are not huge. They're kind of shrunken down, but they are aggressive with the grip, which is great here in Minnesota when it's really cold out. I want to have some sort of grip that I can actually, handle it with gloves on or mittens. And the clicks are tactile enough, kind of thuddy, which I like. I can hear them and feel them. So that's cool. And then, like I said, they're lift to operate, so I don't think they're going to get moved on their own and then lost. And it's a resettable 0, so it shouldn't be an issue. You should be able to remember that and bring it back. It's a 1/10 click per adjustment here. Sorry, 1/10 mil per click. So it's pretty standard. It's what I expect. It is 6 mils per revolution if you actually go beyond 6 mils. I do plan to throw this on a Savage pistol that I'm going to be collaborating with Savage with in the future. I'll try it out. I'm going to shoot it much further on the Savage pistol than I am on this 22. But so far, I'm having fun with it a little bit. I'm going to take a few shots, and I'll come back and tell you a little more about the EDAR and why I kind of dig it. All right, just for fun, let's do a little past 100. And, ooh, that stool is too tall. Okay, just for fun, let's do a little past 100, like 115 yards. Just using some planking ammo. See if I can get some hits on that 8-incher. Oh! Smaller target? Let's see about a smaller target. No way. This thing is reliable. Wow. That's a tiny target. Out of ammo. Wow. Okay, so that's why I like this thing. It's it's super capable. Holy cow. And that's with the factory barrel, which will be changed out soon, and the factory stock which pistol stocks in general are not amazing. I will put on a brace or something like that to come. This is very, very slapped together, and this thing is reliable as heck. Like, this could squirrel hunt past 100 yards reliably. I think I could go almost as far as I normally would with a rifle. This is a 10-inch barrel. I usually shoot a 16 up to a 22-inch barrel, maybe 24 sometimes. I'm really impressed, and I think it's the optic. The optic is taking what the pistol can handle and do well, and it's extracting every bit of that capability there because the eye box is usable. I was on 7 power doing that. It has the side parallax, and as it gets a little darker out, I can throw on a little illumination. I could even do this on low power if I wanted to. If I want to go down to 1 power and get huge field of view, I can do huge field of view here. And the reticle is still usable, I would say, with illumination in this lower light setting. So is this thing an abomination? You can go ahead and comment down below if you think it's an abomination. I suppose it probably is, but it's a dang fun abomination. This one will really get it done. I just got done with some SK Polar Biathlon out of this factory barrel with a Kid Innovations trigger. This is a 1-pound trigger. It's a very good flat trigger. Thank you to Kid Innovations for sending this out. And I use the bipod in a bag. I do have a can on there, but it's a factory barrel. And then I have the EDAR 1-8. And I shot a 1-inch group in this wind at 110 yards. I am blown away. I'm absolutely blown away at how consistent this little thing is, and I think it's only going to improve when I add some more accessories. So is the EDAR for you? I don't know. I would say probably, if you're watching this video, it probably is for you. If you're not going to spend that $2,500 for the March, which I really like. I like the March optics. I think they're phenomenal. I don't get to see many of them, but the ones I do see are fantastic. It's just most of us aren't going to spend $2,500 when you can spend a couple hundred, a few $100s and get something that really gets it done. Wonderful reticle, decent glass, decent eye box, again, with the limitations, the provisos I gave. Doesn't have a 0 stop, but it does have a 0 reset. Has some of the features that you're going to want to do some more versatile shooting. So it's not a competition optic, no. It's probably not as clear as some other optics are going to be that are a lot more money. The eye box is going to be more touchy for sure. Yeah, there's limitations there. I just want to make sure that's really clear to everyone. But for the things I'm doing, there are not many limitations, and I'm still kind of blown away at how well this can perform shooting at, right around that 6 and 7 power. Very happy with light collection on a dull day. If you like this video, go ahead and comment down below what you liked about it. If you like this optic or you hated it, maybe comment that down below. Tell me about it. I'm open to all of it. And I would appreciate it if you would like the video or maybe share the video or subscribe. I'm really trying to grow my channel. I would love to get to 9,000 subs before December 25th, if I could. That's my Christmas present, I guess, this year. Otherwise, stay tuned and be watching your feed for SHOT Show content, because I'm going to talk a lot about discovery at SHOT Show. Guys, I know it's too dark for you to see very well. I just want you to be able to hear this, and I'm hoping you can hear this. Shooting past 220 yards with this thing. I cannot believe how capable it is with that discovery on there. It's doing pretty good. Oh, am I empty? Empty. I'm gonna come back and show you more of that later.